Hey yo, Wrath here. Today, Drake DefenseCon 2956 is Anvil Day, and we have been looking forward to it because we are a huge Anvil fan and we basically only pledge for Anvil ships. Okay, the Ironclad is an exception, but later on to the Ironclad disaster. So, the Drake DefenseCon, we want to have a check on what kind of ships are available. And when we are here on the Robot Space Industries website, May 24th, which is today, and tomorrow, yeah, day 11 and 12, we got following ships free to rent. We got the Arrow, we already have an Arrow, the Asgard, Ballista ground vehicle, C8R Rescue Edition, the Expedition Edition, the Carrack, iconic multi-crew explorer, Centurion, F7C Mk II, F7C-M Mk II, and then we got the Super Hornet is the dual-seater and the Hornet is the single-seater. They also have the Hornet Tracker, F8C. This is the only one ship that we are looking for. We have a giveaway, we will show you later on. So our goal is to make 500 subs by the end of IEE this year. And of course we have some other goodies we will give away, more on that in another video. Gladiator is a two-person dive bomber, yeah, that is important, dive bomber. The Hawk, the Hurricane, the Paladin, Spartan, also ground vehicle, the Terrapins, the standard one, and the Medic. And we are also looking into the Medic ones. One, we are not quite sure if we go for both of them just to have the Anvil ships, or if we want to lay out the best thing that we can have, because we already have the Ironclad Assault and the Pisces will fit into it. And the Valykrie, yeah, the Valykrie was one of those ships that actually brought us to the Anvil because the flight behavior was awesome. It was our flight style. Yeah, that ship supported our flight style, and that continued with the Anvil Asgard as well. They are a little bit different, but still great. Yeah, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday is the great finale, the wrap up. DefenseCon is wrapping up, but the floor is still open. All vehicles from the event are yours to take out free of charge through May 27, 5 p.m. probably. So let's have a look into these ships. Yeah, the Anvil Arrow is the first one that is on the list. We do a refresh here. We are on the pledge ship Anvil, looks like the standalone. When we go into the view offers, we get the pack, the standalone 10 years. We already have an Arrow 10 years, so nothing for us. We go to the Asgard. We already have an Asgard LTI. Let's see the offers. Yeah, 350 bucks is not cheap. Ah, look at that. You will get an additional flight blades kit for the same price as we spent back then, plus the Drake DefenseCon clothes. Yeah, why not? And if you go for 10 years but store credit, yeah, War Bond is always you pay IRL money directly to the store in order to get that chip. What's inside this pack? 23 vehicles. Yeah, you get 23 vehicles for 5,000, or the other way around. For 5,000 you will get 23 Anvil only vehicles. The Arrow, Asgard, Ballista, basically all the ships plus the Crucible that are available for free fly. Oh, the Crucible, the Legionnaire, the Liberator, Spartan, both Terrapins and the Valkyrie. The Carrack, you also can name the Carrack. So this would be a thing that we would look into it. Let's go back. Melt everything what we have except the Ironclad and go for this Anvil. Yeah, 5,400 IRL. Yeah, mixed with store credit, of course. You can do that with store credit. That's a lot. That's a shit ton of money. The Ballista, 440. Yeah, this is a ground vehicle. And if you ever drove around in Star Citizen with any ground vehicle, you do not want to spend 151 IRL for this Ballista, although with 10 years insurance. The Rescue Edition, 65 ship value. Let's see, standalone 70 bucks without warbond. We could upgrade. Yeah, there is no warbond, so this would be a thing that we are actually looking into. Then we got the Pisces Expedition. We are not really looking into that, but that is 50 IRL. The Anvil Carrack. It's a large ship. Let's see, 600 standalone, 650. Yeah, you do not spend 650 in a virtual spaceship with only 10 years endurance, unless you plan to melt it anyways. Then the Centurion, that looks cool. 110, a little bit less than the other one. The FC Hornet. Yeah, for anyone who wants to do space combat, this is a must-have ship. It's a medium fighter, so it's a little bit bigger. It has a little bit slower turn rate than the small ones. 475, standalone 190. 190 and you get 10 years endurance. The F7C Super Hornet. Super means dual seater, but this is the Mark II for 260. The Tracker, like we said before, it's a small ship. The F7C Hornet Ghost. Yeah, it comes with this black paint, that is beautiful. Also a small ship, but 150. Let's see, 200. 200 for the Ghost. And this is the one that we are actually looking into it. It is listed with 300. And when we go for, yeah, if you want to do a percentage to it, it's just 25 more than the ship value for 10 years. This would be a thing. Then the Gladiator, yeah, it's a dive bomber, small one. It's a dual seater, 10 years for 180. The Hawk kind of looks sci-fi, so 100 is listed, 108. It is kind of cheap. This ship is old, very, very old. Don't worry, don't worry, we don't pledge for it. Then we got the Hurricane, also dual seater. It looks awesome, these big guns here. For 210, size 4. Yeah, for a small ship, size 4 is big. And when we look at 230, definitely not a thing for us. The Paladin, we got the Paladin already. It's a medium-sized ship, 380. 380 for 10 years insurance. The Spartan, 80 bucks. What does the Spartan do? So it's a personnel transport, as you can see here. We would like to see an Atlas platform for cargo in that form factor. Something like 12 up to 32 SCUs, something like that. The Terrapin, it is way too big for a single seater. The Terrapin Medic, this is the one we are looking for, max crew. Yeah, a small ship. It is the size, yeah, the hangar size is small, 240. I mean, it's a virtual spaceship. All the virtual spaceship here on the Robot Space Industries are too expensive for what it is. But some of them are actually working, not like the Ironclad. The Valykrie, it's a very old ship. You will see it if you go into this ship, you will see it immediately. It is more expensive than the Asgard, 405. See? 380. We need to find an LTI. 300 for yeah, 380 for an LTI token. And when we go to the Asgard and say we want to upgrade this one to this one from the M80 to the Asgard, 55. Yeah, in total you spend 300 plus 55 in order to get LTI on this ship, so you save money. Yeah, if you do the upgrade path, you save almost 30 bucks and you get the same Anvil ship but with LTI. Yeah, it's an Aegis ship. It's Lay's Mine. Interesting. Do not spend 800. Do not spend 790 with only 10 years for that particular ship. You will get a loaner ship for this one. And when we go into the loaner matrix, can we see? Do we see? We prepared everything. So we could upgrade the Galaxy to the Nautilus. But the Nautilus is no Anvil ship, so no. Still 240 additional money from the Galaxy to the Carrack. Wow. The Nautilus gives us the Polaris and an Avenger as a loaner. You will spend 1,000 basically. Yeah. 1,055 for a Polaris, a capital class ship, and you only get 10 years insurance. Never ever do that. Never ever do that. Yeah, this one also comes with 10 years. But we only would spend 790 compared to this one. Okay, continue with the add-ons. Yeah, they added a lot of kits and modules and whatnot. Ooh. We got the Carrack, yeah, the black paint, awesome. Flight blades, would be awesome. But if we think about getting rid of the Carrack, we have the Carrack but as a loaner. If we think about getting rid of it, this $40 is a waste of money. The Anvil blades, this is awesome. 30, yeah, we have them. The Gladiator has 5 bombs, probably 4 in total. The Anvil Gladiator flight blades, you can buy these flight blades in-game. You do not need to spend 13 IRL, but with this 13 IRL you get the blades plus the paint. This one, for the paint plus the flight blade, we do not use this ship. Wait a second. When we go for the C8R and I can apply the black paint on that and have flight blades in it, this is the fleet. The Aurora Mark II has an LTI. This is a ship giveaway. We will give away this ship if we reach 500 subs by the end of IAE this year. We go through. We have an Arrow 10 years. It's a small ship. We have no issue with melting this one once it's time for it. Asgard, like we said, it's an LTI, an upgrade from the Salvation. We got the Atlas 10 year, yeah, for this small ground vehicle stuff, 10 years is totally okay. We got the loaner, the Aurora Mark I. What is the loaner from? The MTCs and the Pulse. We have no issues to get rid of, let's say upgrade the MTCs to whatever, but the Pulse. Then the Carrack, as you can see, is also a loaner. And that's why we said we are thinking about getting rid of the Carrack. That means we will melt the Galaxy. The Galaxy has the Carrack as a loaner, and the Galaxy has LTI upgraded from the Golem. The Golem was no Anvil, the Galaxy is no Anvil, but the Carrack is, and that's why we took the path. We could upgrade from the Galaxy to the Carrack. The Galaxy brings the Carrack, but we can upgrade from the Galaxy to the Carrack. And then we will have one ship less in our sheep fleet. Okay, then we have the Ironclad Assault. Yeah, it was an upgrade from the Clipper to the Assault, LTI. And then for whatever reason we got a second Ironclad Assault as a loaner, and this is the new loaner from the Liberator. And that is a huge issue we have with CIG and RSII. We pledged and activated the Liberator because we wanted to have the loaner, the M2. But now with the release of 4.8, they restructured the loaner and we get the Ironclad Assault as a loaner instead of the M2. And now we have 2 Ironclad Assault who doesn't work. They don't work properly. Yeah, and both ships, the Liberator and the Assault, both are not cheap ships. So we spent way too much money into useless stuff CIG is putting out there on the online service. Can we? Liberator? The Liberator is in concept 10 years. See, 600. And the Ironclad Assault now 600. Okay, then we have the Wolf, standalone Wolf with LTI. This is an upgradable ship. Definitely we can upgrade from the Wolf, but we like the white paint. We use it as a shuttle with style. The other shuttle would be the Aurora with no style. We got plenty of LTI tokens. The Paladin was also an upgrade from the Chief LTI to the Paladin LTI, and we got the Pulse for 10 years. It's all good. So we have the Salvation with LTI, and we got 5 ground vehicles to upgrade from. plus the Wolf. We got these two Aurora Mark IIs, giftable. So maybe one will go away at Foundation Festival in the summer, soon. The Galaxy. If we would melt the Galaxy that gives us the Carrack, we will get 370 in store credit. We do not need this one of 90. And if we will get rid of the refinery, if we hold on to the Galaxy, the refinery module is the only one thing that we want to hold on to, because that makes this ship a little bit different compared to all the rest we have in our fleet. And we would even accept to have a not Anvil ship just to do that. The cargo module, we have the Ironclad, we basically have two Ironclads, we do not need that one, and melted, that gives us 70. So we will get 530 store credits, upgrade to the Carrack from the Galaxy. We would need to have 240 and 160 comes from store credit. We still would need to add 80 IRL into it to make a lifetime Carrack. And if we want to go for the F7C Lighting 10 years here, keep in mind this is another thing that we want to. 10 years is too less, but we had seen we got plenty of LTIs. Question is, what upgrade path saves us the most? We cannot upgrade. So if we would go for this ship, we will get only 10 years for this ship, no matter what. What kind of upgrade path do we have for the Terrapin? 220. If we would get rid of the Wolf, which we do not want to, 130. We could go for the MDC 184. It is too much money. Yeah, we gotta say it is too much money for the Terrapin. And then the flight blades. Now we need to take care if we actually... No, the Carrack. The Galaxy has the Carrack as a loaner. We still have the Carrack. And the Carrack brings us the fish. The Carrack brings us the fish. We already have a fish. One has a black paint and the other one we melted. We would go for this one because of this one. We want to have a black paint on the medical ship. We have 14. You see the total amount of money we would put into this crappy ship of crappy shit of Star Citizen. Yeah, since Ironclad release, we are against Star Citizen. We talk bad about Star Citizen and we talk bad about CIG because that misery is absolutely drastic. If we melt the stuff that we said we would make 530 store credit, but then we do not upgrade to the Carrack. The Carrack would be out of game. And the question we ask is, do we even need the Carrack? Do we use the Carrack? And we gotta say, yes, we use the Carrack just because we like to fly it. We don't have use for it because the cargo is shit. It has a med bay in it. That is a thing that was benefiting the Carrack. But we are mostly in a small crew. If then, for space streaming, we could get rid of the Carrack upgrade. And then we come down to 380. And when we use store credit of, okay, this 14 is good enough for this one. No, we still would need to spend $1. No, we do not spend $1. One more dollar. We do not spend one more dollar into this project. So we need to melt something. We do it right now. We melt the med bay. Refresh 100, and we keep the refinery, of course. Exchange the cargo module because we have the Ironclad. We do not need another cargo ship. $70. Refresh 174. So now we could easily spend no money to get the paint for the C8R plus an LTI on a C8R because we upgrade from the Salvation. Maybe that is the reason why we haven't seen more F8Cs flying around since, what was it? IAE last year, yeah. IAE last year was the first time they offered the F8C for everybody who wants to spend that kind of money. And when we look at that and we use all our store credit we have laying around, we would still spend 152. So the question is, what else do we have laying around that we could melt in order to get the remaining 152? We could melt the galaxy as a whole plus the refinery. We will lose the Carrack, the galaxy, 370, yeah. Then we definitely would have enough money for the F8 and plus the refinery module. It is less money. It's always less money. You always lose money. So now 340 and we have 600 store credit. We could use the store credit and spend absolutely no money and would still have 300 store credit laying around. It's kind of sad that we cannot upgrade to the F8. We would like to have LTI on that one for the same reason like the Asgard and the Paladin, because they are just like in the matter of exposure exposure to use the endurance. So if we go for the F8, which we didn't expect to get this early this year, we want to see if there is a paint not on the RSI. We go to the impound. The red paint would be cool, but we prefer black or white because red is way too dominant. Yeah, Star Hanger. Let's see if they have better than this violet, the red. Damn, that is a reason why not to pledge for this ship. And when we look, we spent 324 store credits onto this ship. And when we melt this one, we lose 24 IRL. Store credits, yeah, we use store credits. We don't spend any IRL. We do not spend any additional IRL into this project. If you think, oh, this guy is crazy, we already spent the money into this project. We already spent it. But what we don't do is we do not spend additional money into this project. That is the thing. So we got here from the Salvation to the C8R, apply. And when we go here and do a refresh, an MDC and MTC LTI token we still have laying around. The other two we will keep because of the paint. And the wolf. Yes, we melted the galaxy already. So the website is just slow, or the add-in is just slow, but this will be our new ship fleet. Thanks for watching. See you next time.